Hello and welcome everyone. I am C.S.Gilmore, and this is Shadowrun Returns. So it looks like we're ready to head out. And I did a few things since we closed the last episode. I took a few risks. I spent last of my karma points to upgrade my quickness so I could get ranged combat up, which gave me an additional weapon slot. I did that because I wanted to be able to equip a drone. So now I have a Doberman drone which is following me. I've got my other stuff. Also, I looked at the whole setup here, and with how the decks work, and it looks like the programs you use with the deck will get worked out when you go into the matrix. And I bought one of these execute attacker at ESP things. It says they're consumable, but from what I was reading, it sounds like they're actually multi-use. And so, yeah, I took some risks. Spent a good bit of money, spent a good bit of karma. But I think it'll be worth it. And now my guy is much better equipped. Leaving the seamstress's union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim, left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle is your typical industrial area, grit, grime, and gray. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken-down street. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Okay. I don't know. Alright, looks like I'm on my own, so having the extra firepower along is probably a good thing. Because I can't guarantee that I'll have anyone join me on this one. And I don't really know what I'll run into. And okay, so I've got a streetwalker I can talk to. Halt. The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absentmindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You're looking to get dusted, street scum? Okay, let's use my etiquette. Oh, of course, I'll open the gate. Aguirre is just inside the warehouse. Definitely no holes in our security here. Tip-top shape. Unless you're good at bluffing. Okay, well that got me an easy. Definitely the security etiquette is a good one to start with. If you're going to do the main campaign at least. Because, man, seriously, that has gotten me all manner of good stuff. Yeah, like, I already got 3 karma out of that. So getting in there, awesome. I'm going to just save real quick, and let's talk to this person. Hey, you looking for a good time? Know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old junk from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. Okay, so nothing... Is that all they're gonna tell me? I should go. So, yeah, that's all you're gonna tell me. I'm betting if I hadn't talked my way past the guard, she could have done something to help. But, anyway. Let's see if I can get anything else out of this guard. Get out of here. Alright, easy enough. I think the first time I played this game, I don't believe I had security etiquette, and I had to fight my way in. If I remember right, because I have a pretty good memory of there being a fight in this area, and that was a mess. Interesting. Can I go up there? No, okay, it's just wandering around behind. Anything to grab? I don't see anything I can grab. Oh, there's stuff I can grab. I'm gonna grab it. Phosphorus grenade. Ooh. And another fishy concussion grenade. Okay, that's a different one. Let's swap out for one of the grenades I currently have. Sweet. Yeah, I'm liking that. Too bad the cops left those lying around. What about over here? Anything up this way? Little nook up here? Can't get up on the roof. Am I in the building? Where am I? Well, there doesn't appear to be anything here. That was interesting, though. Let me see if I can run any other odd little areas back here. No, nothing that I can use. Okay. Enough of that. Let's get in. Save before I open the door and possibly walk into someone angry. You're about to transition to a new location. Yes, that's why I clicked on the door. The warehouse. Inside, the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks. Top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. I'm betting I'm going to have to fight some of these guys. Well, no, maybe not. Depends on whether any of them decide to pick a fight with me, I guess. Okay, we've got a system over there. Looks like I can hack that. Got a locked door here. Busy right now, Gilmore. Talk to Aguirre. Oh, there's Dresden. Okay, so we got the victim there. Lots of locked doors. And a lot of area. Let me take a look at this. You don't need to go right now. The old poster depicts a svelte young woman posing with an assault rifle. Okay, that was the toilet. I thought it was something like a power station. I didn't see the toilet. Okay. Well, I've got, like I said, I've got a lot of locked doors, which I find very interesting. Can I open this locked door? I hope I can. The door is locked, but you might be able to bypass it if you could get under the maintenance panel. Alright, so where's the maintenance panel? I guess we'll have a talk with Aguirre before we poke around any further. Come on, talk. Thank you. Took you your sweet time, didn't you? You know the traffic these days. Fill me in. We had time to go over the evidence while you were en route. Turns out this might not be a Ripper murder after all. I left the computer on in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to try to determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicate he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Spilling corp secrets, not the wisest career choice. Nope, some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his corp master's involvement and tried to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key, check it out for yourself if you want. Yay. Investigate the murder scene. Speak with Sergeant Aguirre. Completed. Alright, so I've got a lot of good stuff to look into. Shannon Halfsky. Ooh. Gilmore, surprised to see you here. Let me guess. Officer Aguirre tipped you off. Suppose you must have made an impression on him at the market yesterday, or your cred stick did, eh, right? He chuckles. Anyway, surprise, we've got another Ripper victim on our hands. The victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning, and yes, I'm a little tired. Bodies have been piling up like cordwood, it seems. Cause of death, unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet. Really, he does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. Getting a closer. Yeah, probably don't want to get on his bad side. Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey can get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think Aguirre's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. I guess he makes a lot of money then. Sounds like different trophies. Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is which is interesting since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. So they're trying to get someone's pieces back, maybe? Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it is an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other two. If I find out that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. It sounds to me like someone's after specific body parts from a specific being that has been shared around. No clue, she just showed up. Next of kin, I think. I'm going to take a look around. Good luck. Let's have a word with you. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. Nope, who's the stiff? I see you've been praying. Do you know the deceased? Yes, he's my older brother. I've asked Spare to help me speak to him. She shakes her head, looking like one who has found herself lost for the first time in her life. Okay, so this is a shaman who can join your team eventually. But I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. Were there any other witnesses? Not so far as I can tell, not among the living anyway. Realization then dawns, bringing the light back into her eyes. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are others, other spirits who may be of help. Her features hardening in frustration, as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help. They wish to be heard, and I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe that I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I'll need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? Of course. Find 2 haunted objects. Ooh, I like haunted. Okay. Well, first things first, I want to get into where I got key 4 given to me because that sounded like it had a computer. Computer's likely to tell me something actually useful. Let's see. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect the toothbrush. The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. This appears to be the victim's locker. Inspect the comb. As you reach for the comb, The hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. This appears to be the victim's locker. Okay, nothing else. Well, that was easy. Got one item. Let's check the computer next. Ooh, case file notes. The researcher's work cyber terminal has been left on, presumably by the Lone Star investigators. Read the notes for case file 95. Federated Boeing jetliner Ares. The plane had several mechanical issues resulting in a mayday. The pilot reported that the altimeter was reading in the negative values. The co-pilot takes over the controls as the pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. Okay. The pilot cannot be contacted or located by a plane steward. The co-pilot radios in a mayday. The plane crashes in an empty field in western North Dakota. Interesting. So the pilot went back and disappeared? That's questionable. Pratt and Whitney unnamed. Corporate owner Ares. Summary redacted. Ooh, that's not helpful. The file has been corrupted. Also not helpful. Also, you think they'd have better ways of avoiding that unless someone purposefully corrupted that? Because you think they'd have better avoidance of that. The notes that appear on screen pertain to NTSB case file 96, the crash of an Ares jetliner near the UCAS and Sioux Nation border. The crash is reportedly the result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigator's notes, however, you find substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Nraku research initiative. This information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. You download the researcher's notes to your PDA. Well, that's something. Let's just save and poke around. Can you tell me anything about that, Aguirre? What? If this was a corporate, why'd they leave? Good catch. The information is probably worth a fortune if you found a buyer. Yep. And by the way, I took that. Or a copy of it, at least, because I want to find a buyer. We'll need at least 2 objects of significance inside the warehouse. Barred me from entering. Blah, blah, blah. Can I get this open now? If you could get under the maintenance panel. I don't know what it's asking me to do here. Unless... there must be a way in there. I want to find it. Well, that's very strange. Wait, can I? No, I can't control that separately, can I? No. Okay. Shame. I was hoping I could control the little drone or something, maybe make that work for me the way I want it to. Move separately from me and whatnot. I can't seem to do anything for that, so I don't know. Maybe it'll open up later. Guess for now, we head back. There's gotta be something in here that's gonna go wrong. Angry spirit or something. Too easy otherwise. Like there's anything back there to get to. Got us a locked door here. Oh, hello. Huh. Okay, let's save real quick. Check this. It's hard to say whether this is a heap of items and refuse recovered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through the trash. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile and your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Inspect the earring. The earring is made out of burnished steel. Formed into the shape of a small salmon, an intense primal fear washes over you as you touch the surface. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You take the earring. Dented lunchbox. You can barely make out the face of a green troll on the front. Cred stick. Still functional. Yay! Great cred stick. What about this one? This is too easy. Something's gotta go wrong. There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or possibly shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Dig through the shoe pile. Realize there are 3 shoes with no matching pair. A left blue sneaker, a right red high heel pump, and a left black dress shoe. Inspect the dress shoe. So black lace with a rubber sole, high heel. Part department store knockoff of Italian brand is otherwise unremarkable. Inspect the sneaker. The sneaker is a child's and it has musty, sweaty smell. Oddly, you get a sort of shock, as if from static electricity when you touch it. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You take the shoe. Find 2. Okay, so I found more than 2 haunted objects. Seems they made that easy. But I'm not done yet. There is something else here. I bet I can get my drone through this. There's an open vent on this wall, but it's too small for you to fit through, but you might be able to send a drone through to open the door from the other side. Send your drone through the hole. Your drone fits through the hole, buzzes to the left, and activates the locked door from the inside. Good drone. Good drone. Glad I brought you. Find a magnetic screwdriver. Oh, that'll allow me to get into that one room. I get it. I think I could have also have summoned a spirit to let me in. Judging from the way that was laid out. I know there was that skull image there, which means a summoning point. So yeah, I think there was more than one way in, as long as you either had summoning ability or a drone. Alright, nothing else in here. Let's go get that screwdriver to work. Because, oh boy, do I want to get in that room. Open sesame. Lock panel easily comes unscrewed. Oh yeah. What have we got here? Looks like something interesting on the table, but apparently it's not. There's something on the bed though. Looks like an old diary. Okay, let's take a look at this. Old diary. This appears to be the diary of a teenage girl. Alright, that's it. Nothing else? Well, I don't know how that helps. Let's save. Because I have a feeling... You know, I'm going to save this way just to make sure it's saved on a different slot. I have a feeling that as soon as I get this going, something's going to go funky. This is way too quiet. I mean, it's a good story, but too quiet. As it feels as though you have found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a time. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... What is this? Don't make me shoot you. Officer Guard trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene officer, not some Salish drum circle. Contact the next of kin. Consider yourself contacted. Now get out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret, or worse, something I'd enjoy. Karma gain 5. Alright. Well. That man is a jerk. She stares doggedly at McCluskey from across the warehouse. But there's no helping it now. I should just be grateful you were able to collect these items before those clods carted everything off. Can we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. The cops like this won't tie up the place for long. Agreed. I expect it will be clear by nightfall. You sure you're up for this? Take another life, then yes. Thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kind of people we need. You can say that. Good, I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. Oh, 4,000. Nice. She produces a fistful of crumpled million from inside a leather pouch, starts to count out, then shoves the whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. Ah, okay, so we're gonna come back. And then get to fight the spirits. As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote pops on the screen. Coyote looks tense. Oi, Gilmore, are you in the middle of something? No problem, what do you need? Backup. Raja says, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squats, ran my world when I was growing up. I remember. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers, bad guys. They hooked him on high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of dreck. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away. Then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL Labs ever since, trying to find him. I'm guessing you have a new lead. It's not a lead. Face lights up. She's running hot. Has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. Got an old friend who eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but we could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. Sounds like I can do this and then come back for this other one, so on my way. I knew you'd come. I'll send you the address. See you soon. And I'll see you later tonight for the spirit thing. Coyote's Crusade. The cluster of dilapidated buildings where Coyote told you to meet her appears to be the remnants of a public housing project. The buildings look like a cesspool filled with human debris. You find her standing with Paco on a street corner, eyeing the roofs, the doorways, the windows. Despite his attempts to engage her, Coyote barely says a word as the three of you weave your way through the tenements. She walks purposefully, her new cyber hand flexing open and closed with each step. It's unclear whether the action is voluntary or not. You circle around the back of a building and Coyote jumps up, grabs the bottom rung of a fire escape ladder, and pulls it down. Without a signal, she starts her climb towards the roof. Paco looks at you, worriedly, and starts up the ladder. Thanks for meeting us, Gilmore. I owe you one. No sweat. I figured you could use the backup. Yeah, you never know what sort of firepower to expect in one of these BTL squats. She brightens. Oh, hey, listen, I got good news for you. You know Sam's sister, Jessica? One of my contacts found her for me. While you were on your way here, I called her and asked her to meet you at the Union later today. Hope that helps. Good, thanks. Least I can do. Alright, let's get this done. My cousin Gino should be in one of the squats past that door up ahead. I hear there's a whole lab set up in there. From my experience, there's usually a lookout watching for cops outside and a guard at the door inside. Like I said, I don't know how much firepower to expect, but these guys are nasty, so stay on guard. I just want to get in, grab Gino, and get out. Like that's ever gonna work. Right behind you, babe. Let's do this. Alright, let's take a look at my objectives. Okay. Now, I am fairly sure that I'm not missing anything by doing this, that I'll be able to do the Spirit Nighttime mission with the one lady later on in the campaign. Like, right now I have to do this one, and then this is kind of more just a filler for the time, as I understand it, anyway. So, let's do this. BTL Clocker. The orc looks twitchy, his eyes rolling in his head. He scans the three of you, looks past to see if there are others, licks his lips, and nods throughout as if going through some internal checklist. Hoi hoi, how you doing? Good day for a trip, ain't it? Whispers here. This guy's a clocker. Trades work time for chips. Part salesman, part lookout. Probably has a signal device for the guys inside. You wanna go on a ride? Let's go with that one. His eyes stop rolling. His eyes focus on a high alert. You want to step back off of that? You want to step away from... This is sprawl biz. Trummer, it's the biz of the people. And by the by, it's for the people, so slow off with that unless you were looking to get hurt. I'm stepping back. I just wanted to go in and see for myself. Alright then. Alright, good. Go on in and see my boy Charlie. He'll set you up with a pass card. You see Charlie. Alright. No need to hurt him unless he starts shooting at me. my drone? Says it's equipped. Oh, there it is. It was behind that person. Okay. Whew. I was wondering there for a minute. Concerned woman. So this should be interesting. That looks like Charlie. Okay. The woman is probably in her 30s, but hard times have aged her. She looks at you with concern. Don't do it, friends. Don't slot that dreck they're selling. BTLs are killers. There's most of all. Fucking name Geo, no. Who doesn't? He's here all the time. Geo's a clocker. Trades his time for chips, like their little errand boy. So I'm going there this morning. Hasn't come out, so I imagine he's riding a dream chip. Any chip heads inside the lab? Yep, all day, all night, and they can be dangerous too. Once someone's chipped, they can send them any program they want. Make them do whatever. Turn them into whores, killers, anything. What kind of guards do they have on this place? She looks around, frightened, whispers, they're serious. This place is backed by the Yakuza. Japanese Mafia. Oh man. How many and what kind of firepower? There's a guy on the door, Charlie. He sells the passes to get in. He's not tough. Blind in one eye. There's another 5 or so wandering around. 2 of them are bad news, covered in magic symbols. Mean. 5 or 6, that's not so bad. We have a surprise on our side. You have a pass card to get in there? No, but Jamal has. My son's card. Took it off him when his brain fried. Jamal's down the hall. Don't know if he'll give it up, but that's between you and him. Sound like you know from experience. No implant. Then her mouth tightens and her eyes well up into her. I do. I know. I lost my husband, lost my son, my daughter. They use her to record. Tears stream down her face. Gotta go. Alright. Looks like I gotta go beat some people up. Is this Jamal? No. Okay. You know what? I should end this episode here. I know we haven't had any action yet, but a lot of story progression, and I think the next episode we're gonna have at least one fight. I know this game isn't for everyone. It's a bit slow on fighting and all that, but hey, that's how this game rolls. This is role playing more than just a shoot 'em up. This isn't for the shooter ups. Games like this, you actually have to play smart, not just charge in and shoot everything, which is not usually a good idea in a lot of cases. Anyway, so I'm ending this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!